Yes, my G's. How are we doing? Hope all is good. We are back with another episode of the Classic Recap, the Classic PC podcast. We're going to be talking about a little wrap up of the Muscle Contest Ireland, potentially some other shows that went on across the weekend, because I'm sure there was so many fucking shows on the same weekend. So we can have a little look at all the classics in them. Some rate my physiques, some questions and Q&As that we will put up on our stories. They will be getting answered within this one. So other than that, well, let's get it going.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
How we doing? What? Yeah, man. It seems like prep's flying. What's happening with your prep? Because it's just a wild thing. Every single time I check your Instagram, it's like
it literally just doesn't make sense, does it? So I was talking to Leon about it earlier. 14 weeks in. So we done like the 4-week rapid fat loss, a week maintenance after that, and then I did like a reverse out and just been pushing food up since then. And bro, it's just fucking hard. I'm basically massing again. I'm on like 4,000 calories a day. Lantus and Nova are back in. Growth's just gone up. It just doesn't make fucking sense. Every day I wake up and I'm still around like 97 kilos, but I'm like, I feel like I've got to start walking through sideways, like, and doors.
you look massive earlier in that most muscular shot.
Yeah.
Like, I messaged Joe and I was like, bro, like, whatever this is, can we just keep this going for as long as possible? So
it's almost like just a bit of like that super compensation rebound, isn't it? Like you've dieted hard with the RFL. Now just for that slight push up in calories, like
yeah,
you're just reaping the rebound effects.
I wonder how transferable it's going to be, like right at the end result where you're going to be dieted and depleted anyway, like down to your cap. I wonder what the difference, it's going to be impossible to know the difference, right? Isn't it? Because you'll have done the rebound into it. Like, I wonder
that's exactly
the difference it would have made. I'm sure it would have made some, but like, it's mad that your weight is just like shooting up and just
like the competition just remains the same, like strength nuts. Don't get me wrong, I've got like prep feels, like I feel preppy. The hunger is still very much there. I don't feel like I'm eating 4,000 calories, that's for sure. Like, it's like 2 hours in, I'm like, fuck, I need to eat.
I'm the same in the minute. I cannot hold my food off, really. Yeah. I've just kept luckily I've been so busy for like an entire 2 weeks straight. I've either going to train with clients or like posing stuff and different things and being out of the house and stuff like that. So it's not been too bad. But even today, literally I got up, went and did some steps and I come back, I need to eat instantly. Like, fucking starving.
Yes, like you're almost like you start getting fucking hypo, like without even using any insulin. It's like
I've been hypo twice in a week. Like, but I went on a walk and like there's a canal down by me, and it's about 6k steps the loop I usually do, a big nice loop and back around to my house. And I went the opposite way, so you can just walk down towards Tesco and back. Probably about 4k steps in total. Bro, I got to Tesco and I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. I had to like sit down 3 times on the way home. It was that bad. It took me like half an hour to get home. It was disgusting.
We did it.
I'm going to die.
Going hypo, and I was just like, turned around to say to Joe, yeah, it's always after my post-workout meal. And I looked at him and he's fucking pouring with sweat. He's bacon. I'm like, yeah, there. Like, me and him are literally going hypo at the same time. It's like, fuck, I've got to eat.
Mine is like, it must just be the amount I expend in a session. If I do steps in the evening, I will have a bit of a wobble. Yeah, so like even if I've got like even if I've had a meal post training and stuff like that, I will have a bit of a wobble. Like if I do some steps in the evening.
Exactly the same.
Which I suppose just means you're like a nutrient partitioning machine, right?
I'm surprised I haven't like put Nova back in yet. I've been close a couple of times, but where I've just been like at home working constantly, I'm like, right, cool, I need to eat now, otherwise I'm fucking. So it's been fucking good. The pumps are ridiculous. Like literally like one warm-up set and I'm like
blown up.
So I haven't had bad pumps, to be fair. The first 2 weeks of prep before everything kicks in, I was like, this feels like dog shit. This feels like absolute dog shit. Because he took an intra out of me straight away. So I went from like a 50 carb intra and like all the extras of an off season to like nothing. I was like, but like the pumps have been crazy still the last couple of weeks. It's just literally this past couple of days when I'm really overreached and ready to deload. I'm just like, yeah, there's nothing going on.
Yeah. I reckon Joe reckons another 2 weeks and then we'll start flipping it the other way because I'm not there's no Clen or Yahimbain or anything like that in yet, no trend. So 2-3 weeks ish, we'll start going the other way around and start introducing those things again. And I think that again is going to bring around another fucking wacky look. So see what happens.
Exciting stuff, man. It's gonna be so much. It's gonna be cool getting on stage with each other as well.
I can't wait to watch that, man.
We're gonna make a fucking Megazord and get on Brad's shoulders in the pose, whacking people out the way.
Fuck's sake.
Classic Avengers Assemble.
Be sick. Because what show are you doing? If you're like, did you say you're 16 weeks out?
Yeah, so Joe's got me in for PCA Manchester.
Oh yeah.
Compact, and then is it trained by Fox Regional on the 16th? Yeah. And then NFM to finish, and then whatever's whatever after that. So,
yeah.
I know your other boys of his doing the same shows. You know Nathan? No, is it Nathan?
Bevan.
Yeah, it is Nathan. Bevan.
That's it. Yeah. Guys peeled like all year round. It's
In off season, yeah, just glute strike.
I pose Nath. He's fucking he's got a wacky rig.
This looks like it's made of like plastic. Is that?
Yeah, he looks like an action man.
Crazy.
Got that action man texture to him, but he has got some of the biggest glutes I've ever seen. Like he's male wellness as well. Like it's just fucking. And he's got a physique like you could put him in classic or like bodybuilding as well.
Yeah, just a very nice proportion, just clean cut everywhere, around everywhere. It looks nice, man.
The abs and thigh is just this is nutty, man. Nutty abs and thigh.
He's got Alex competing as well, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he's going around the same time as us.
Yeah, he's doing bodybuilding. I think Alex is closer out than us, though.
Is he? I know he's coming in very quick. I thought he was around the same sort of time.
I can't wait to see Alex on stage because he looks crazy, man. He's put so much on because didn't he do muscle model the last time as well? And he's like, he's got. I think he'll be heavier than heavy, surely, because he's like 5'10", 5'11".
It was my first experience watching Muscle Model at the Miami Pro on the weekend. I've never seen Muscle Model on stage. It was an experience, I must say.
I was going to say, what's your thoughts?
I saw you saw Ballinger's photo.
Yeah, because I said to Joe, I sat with Joe, I said, that's Ballinger. He went, no, it's not. I said, it's Ballinger. I said, you can tell, look. He was like, nah, I don't know. So I was like, fuck, I want to put it on my story. And if it's not, then obviously it's going to be fucking jokes. But yeah, it definitely looked like Ballinger on a clock straight.
I saw the picture in the chat. I was like, fuck me, that looks like him. But I didn't think it was him.
Yeah. Because I did that. I think I did the show before that or the show after that of his.
Is that what you did at Miami Pro?
Fucking put me on there.
It was almost like when I was watching some of the dudes in the like muscle model, it was almost, I said to Joe, it's like they're NPCs and they keep emoting. Like they kept doing like this, going like this to the crowd and like looking like this. And then I was like, bro, he's an NPC. I'm telling you now, he keeps emoting to us.
Never didn't know when they're there, like.
Yeah.
It's like on Skyrim or some shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're like Sims characters, man. It's mad.
Bro, how am I my head's getting vascular?
But you can see it in your face, 100%.
Yeah, I did someone's checking the other day and he was like, why have you lost about 5 pounds off your face already? It's starting to come in. It gets like real weird and stretchy.
Yeah. It's going to go to that Ghost Rider stage on the dog end of prep as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Like full on AIDS victim. It's bad. Yes, real bad, mine does. Gotta be like one of the worst.
All this talk about prep, man. I miss it. I'll miss it already.
Yeah. I can't wait to feel like shit, to be honest. I like that bit. It's not even like hardcore. It's like you know you're like fucking hell, it's imminent now. I'm ready to go. You know, every single thing you do that day like makes a big difference.
That's the mindset that I've had to flip. Like to go from the first half of being like bury yourself and fucking like lose everything to then go, oh wait, hold on a minute, I'm going the other way now. Like when the scales go up, I'm like, yeah, I think that's a good thing, but it doesn't feel like a good thing. Like, this is fucked.
Yeah, it's almost you feel like, oh fuck, I've got more to pull down on the scale weight now.
Yeah, but then I see a picture, I'm like, hold on a minute, I'm fucking leaner. Like,
but you're tighter. Like literally, it's almost like you've just like fuck, like you've just peaked yourself.
Yeah, it is. It was from that most muscular today.
I replied back to that as well because I see it. I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
I was literally driving when I seen it. I just went, I just giggled at it. Like, yeah, that's sick.
I do the same. Like, I was like, right, I feel pretty pumped. Let's take a couple of pictures. I look at them and I'm like, what? Like, nah, it doesn't seem right. It doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna roll with it. I ain't gonna turn it down. It's fucking good.
Mine's like it's like instant gratification already because like my food's still high, man. I'm still on like 3,300 calories, I think it is. But then like every day, every single day, I think it's because I've been training in different places as well. So it's been like 3 or 4 days since I've been back at my gym or looked in different light in a mirror, took my shirt off and be like, fuck, that's coming in quick.
Yeah. Love that. Fucking
Loads of time. Right, should we get into it? What are we diving into first? I think obviously the big elephant in the room of Muscle Contest Island is a thing to go over. Well, first of all, I don't know who's going to have to do a forfeit because
We was all
our
well.
predictions were so far off.
Yeah, that was fucked, man. That was fucked. Like I said, we underestimated the Europeans.
We did, but I'd never even heard of that German or whatever who'd won.
Neither. I only first see him when Daniel from Bodybuilders Without Borders posted him the day before saying, "This is my guy that I have got winning the show."
And I checked his profile because it's just like photos of like him and his missus or like the occasional shot, not even in the gym. It looks nothing like what he looked like on stage whatsoever. So it just looked like completely nothing.
Yeah. I'm bringing him up now.
I think that the judging was very interesting, like the way they would judge stuff. It seemed like it, you know, like how they would judge a Romania show, like ultra conditioned, sharp delts, not a golden era looking physique chosen. The delts are stupid, man. Look at it.
The thing is, as well, like he's not even a fridge. This dude, like he's got
No, he's very aesthetic.
It was like he's twisting. It's not twisting 3/4, but twisting bicep, and then like the striation for his lats. I was like, what the fuck? Like the detail.
Even with this like low quality here, you can still see that he's pretty fucking built up.
Nuts, absolutely nuts. There just wasn't like because I was at the Fit Expo and I just managed to get back. I think it's around 6:30ish. So I saw the Pro Classic at 7, but I didn't see anything before that. Just a few highlights every now and then when I got a chance to go on Instagram, but didn't see anyone in the lineup with them. And I would have liked to have seen some of our English boys again, like standing next to them, so I could have like had a comparison. But
they didn't give a lot of the English lads a chance. They moved Ryan around shitloads, like all the way through it. But then there were so many call-outs and stuff that you didn't even know the placing right, like whatsoever. I don't feel like Jimmy got any justice because Jimmy looked fucking ridiculous. I texted Sammy at the show and I was like, what is going on? Jimmy looks mad. He didn't even get a look in. But then like even the way they judged it or the way the results came out, the first call out wasn't the first call out. They bought everybody out in just blocks of 5 or whatever it was. Then they bought them out as a first call out in just the order that they've been on stage. So they looked at everybody in a call out like that, then decided a first call out from that. It was pretty mad. And then like the placings didn't really reflect how people's stage time went. Like for instance, John, I think John got 12th, but he got even less stage time than Jimmy. There was just like do you get what I mean? Like it didn't finish. Like I think there was 16 people in the show, and it was just like a bit like, oh. And I think Ryan only finished 11th, I'm sure, but he was up there in about 3 or 4 call outs from that initial call out too. So it's like it was just like mad how it was judged. Like
Yen was the highest place in Brit, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Did he get 8th?
8th, I think. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So Ryan was 11th. Yemi was 8th.
John was 12th, I think, and then Jimmy was 15th, I think.
Jimmy was 15,
yeah. Because like Ryan had as much stage time and attention and probably more time in the center than Emin, but I'm sure Emin come 5th or 6th. So it's like it was really hard to gauge where the hell people placed from, like where they were being stood, kind of thing. It was a bit mad.
Yeah, Emin was 6th, and then that Piotr, the Polish guy, was 5th.
Yeah, who looked insane.
Is that to do with the tiny waist and the ridiculous arms?
Yeah, absolutely wacky. Like I said, I think if he was tighter, he would have took that show.
Yeah, I think if he just posed a bit better as well,
Yeah, for sure.
man just looked like well happy to be there. To be fair, I would, but he was just like big smile and then like not really looking what he's doing, just like going mad.
Ryan looked very good, to be fair. Like I've never seen Ryan in person. I've never seen him on stage. I've only ever seen photos, but he's definitely a lot bigger than I thought.
Didn't. When I had him in for posing, I didn't realize how thick he was from the back. Now it's like dense as hell. There's like not a thing that's lagging at all. It's very, very complete.
Yeah. So yeah, it's him on the far right, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
wow, man. The placings were definitely reflected on condition, I must say.
I don't rate that Piotr, or whatever his name is, the Polish dude.
Far left.
I think he was absolutely skinned for this show. He's been to the Olympia before, man, and he is much more complete than he used to be. He used to just have ridiculous chest delts and arms and like nothing else. So he's brought up stuff a hell of a lot. So I think they rewarded him for that. But bro, I've seen him at the Ben Weir. He did men's physique at the Ben Weir.
Yeah, he did.
He was out of shape and looked like horrific. And then like he come to the show absolutely peeled like a few weeks later and looking mad.
He did 212 as well, didn't he? Prior.
Yeah, he has done 212 before, yeah.
Yeah. Mad. Man's doing it all.
It was a mental show. There was also was it Chicago Pro? Pittsburg Pro. Yeah. Michael DePaul won it against that young Brazilian kid.
Yeah, that Brazilian kid had a wacky rig, but could not pose for shit.
No.
And he had a strange rig, like the rig looked great, but he looked like he had a 12-year-old's face stuck on him. It was,
yeah, it's like a baby face assassin.
Got a proper baby face, but
so wide, like his rib cage and everything was crazy. He'd outstructured. I did have him still winning. IFBB, I think, appeared to like fully love Michael DePaul.
See, Michael has improved a lot since his last showing. Like he looked very like he came in full as a fucking house, but still had that gnarly condition. So I think that was quite hard to deny. Like, although
that's the thing. Like, because
Michael's posing, you know,
the package is so blasting full and peeled, it's hard to like deny it. But
yeah, look,
bro, the structure,
that men's physique pose, it does me every time.
The structure and the posing, like,
but damn,
well, you can't work on the structure, but man, the posing, like, come on.
He's still got a wacky fucking rig, man. Like, look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
There's a fucking lot of muscle.
It is. He's just dense and mature as well, isn't he?
Condition for the rear as well. I remember seeing him at the Arnold's last year. It was like, oh, fuck, just stood out leaps and bounds with everyone.
Yeah. He's learned how to hit that rear double a lot better, I must say, as well.
It's still not great.
Yeah, still not bang on, is it? But you know, he used to hit it like with his arms up here. Now he's getting the arms a little bit lower to activate a little bit more teres across the back, which is.
I think he just needs to like not flex everything so hard.
He's one of them, isn't he?
It's so easy to like say to a pro, "Oh, you fucking pose like shit," like when we're sat here like our computer. But man, if he just chilled, he'd be such a better poser.
He's one of those that literally poses every single muscle group when he's on stage.
On his last prep, he put a video on Instagram. He was doing mandatories and he passed out in his living room and hit the deck.
Passed out on the rear double bicep, wasn't it?
Squeeze everything and shake.
Fuck. Jeez.
I heard it was Ireland was like a sick competition for males, but apparently it was actually dead for females. I spoke to Graham because he did the
amateur.
Yeah.
I think he came third.
Fourth, I think.
Yeah. Again, I didn't see his lineup, but I spoke to him like once I got back. And he said the standing was pretty nuts as well. So
had that same German guy in there, didn't he? That we had seen quite a few times.
The guy that beat did he beat Corey at the Ben Weir? The guy that did novice and then Corey's guy. Yeah, he was in it. He was very, very good actually.
Did the Portugal show as well, didn't he? I think he's been everywhere.
I don't remember seeing him in Portugal. I think he would have been. He would have been Class B. You talking about he came out as a beginner and
Yeah, as a novice and then the Open as well.
Yeah, I could be fucking well off, but I'm pretty sure he was at Portugal. Well, I mean, you was there, so you would know.
He might have been. I wasn't really like. To be fair, it was such a long day. You know, when you just see face after face after face, and just like blurred vision.
They're like, I'm tired of bodybuilding now. I want to go home.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
So yeah,
Yes.
mine was pretty wacky. What other things have we got to mention? Other feds. Well, first of all, we've got the big Ken, Alex Ken,
Yeah.
the best classic amateur in the UK, full stop. I will say that right now. He is unbelievable.
And he's one of those people as well. When you see him in person, it's just better. Like, you know, there's a lot of people in this industry that when you see him in person, you're like, oh, okay.
It's really, yeah. There's been a lot of, I don't know how much show talk you've seen this week on Instagram. There's been a lot of structuring of photos and then crying about results, and it's refreshing to see Alex turn up like and everyone go, "What the fuck is that?" Like, he is insane.
Because it just doesn't do him justice. Like, even when I was training with Hollinshead, you know, we was actually talking about classic guys, and Hollinshead rates, you know, Kent, because he trained in, you know, Kings with him.
Yeah,
or in the same gym, and he's seen him a few times. He said Kent is a big boy, and he's a fucking good bodybuilder. You know, so if you get rated by someone like James Hollinshead,
bro,
he's fucking good. Good fucking.
He's 6 kg over his cap. Go on the check-in one, Brad.
I see that over his NPC cap.
Go down the middle check-in one where he's got tan on there, and then go to the rear.
Because the FitX weights a lot. You get a lot more with FitX because FitX now do like the same kind of, you know, height and weight for classic. But I always found for me at FitX, my cap was, I think, 101 kilos or some shit like that.
Fucking hell. Bro, 6 kilo to come off that.
Jeez.
He I didn't realize he was doing it until I bumped into Josh outside, and he said that he was recording for him and Tiny Titan. And I was like, oh, sick. And I'd seen him on like Instagram, but I'd never seen like Alex in person. And I wanted to see the picture because Josh took a picture of him, like, might be one of these. Took a picture of him doing a check-in with Tiny Titan. And he must have taken it off, or it must have been on his story. And I glanced over and literally just went, what the fuck? And I was just like, that is nuts. Absolutely nuts.
He beat some good fucking people in that overall as well. Some good bodybuilders, some good classic guys.
So it was some insane bodybuilders, like overall body, like
the Blade. Well, didn't he?
Again, he's another one that when you see in person, it's just like, what the fuck? How is that even like real?
Yeah. So fair play, Alex. That is setting the standard. I hope it still looks as poppy and impressive as that with 6 kilos off.
Yeah. Yeah, which is very difficult to do, don't get me wrong, isn't it? But yeah, I've got to say, you know, Alex is easily one of my favorite amateur classics.
It's just like the lines of his physique are so fucking gnarly and aggressive, like, but so aesthetic as well.
The modern Mike Manzer.
Yeah.
Very nice posing as well.
Yeah, incredible.
It was like a very old school classic tune, and the flow was just like the room stopped.
Yeah, it was a classic, like an actual classic tune, wasn't it? I think this Alex is a good example, right? If you are a classic physique athlete and you're putting on Instagram or social media or whatever that you're chasing a pro card, and like you best look competitive enough to at least stand with Alex, because this is like the standard of classic amateur. Yeah. It's lacking nothing. It's on the cusp. It's just whether he can make the weight and click and collect.
The further you get into bodybuilding, the more shows you do, the more people you surround yourself that are quite high up, the more you realize a pro card is further out of reach than it probably is at the time.
Yeah.
You know, like you look at guys like Alex, you know, like, fuck, if I stood next to him now, I'd get blown out of the fucking water. There's work to do, you know, trust me. Crazy.
There's many people that can ball with him. Like, he is up there, I'd say, in like the top 5 of the amateurs in the UK right now. I can't see anyone that would really beat him, to be fair. It's a package, isn't it?
Literally like Alex, Alex and Brandon. That would be
that's about
a tough matchup. And I don't think anyone, I know Brandon got beat at the Ben Weeder or whatever, but I honestly, I think they're the two best in the UK.
Wow factor wise, them two are the best, classic amateurs in the UK.
It's having that like wow factor and that ridiculous size and like mad shape that just shocks people within a weight cap as well. Like it's fucking insane. Really good. I really hope he makes the weight. I hope he does it because it's just fucking crazy.
Irish Matt, I would have said as well, but he's now an IFB.
Yeah.
What show is Alex doing next?
I don't know. He's still about 9 weeks out or something from his qualifier.
I see someone did a video of Alex's check-in as well, that someone sent me today, and it was basically like screen recording his head in the corner of the video. Like how Kaylee PT does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it was like saying, why are you lying to people that you're using only like this amount of drugs and you look like this?
I don't think people understand, like, if this man was on 1.5 grams of androgens, how he's struggling to make his cap now. How is it like?
God,
man.
I think people underestimate how long someone has been training as well.
No, but people it goes to show how much of a genetic freak somebody can be. Like I bumped into Jack Eagles yesterday, bro. That kid's like bigger than Jimmy Tonk, and he's fucking 20. He's 20, and he's in condition where he's got abs, got leg striations, and he's 40 pounds over his NPC cap.
Bro,
He's like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's fucking enormous.
Yeah,
I don't think people realize how much different people are that are like struggling to make the cap, that are like just the like creme de the creme.
Yeah, he's a freak, man. Jack Eagles is a fucking freak. Once he gets that like gnarly skin texture, a bit more maturity to his muscle, yeah, it's gonna be a fucking trouble for anyone.
I think that's what he's saying, like trying to make the cap on the way down and stuff without his arms looking like straight or stuff like that, and still having that round pop to everything. I think is going to be the challenge, but he looks crazy, man.
Just use some Mediform, bro.
Yes.
I've never used that shit. Like I wouldn't use it. Yeah, I probably would.
Yeah, I mean, I would. I've never used it either, but fuck me, if it's going to give you that extra couple of percent, we pin everything else, might as well pin a little bit more.
Fuck it, might as well.
I mean, half of my off-season primo went in my tricep, so I may as well put some fucking Mediform in them pre-show day. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
in the other shows. Oh, we've got to fucking shout out Craig.
And that was literally what I was about to say. Let's bring the janitor up. This man, I swear to God, has been getting royalties off this podcast. Right, we're not associated with Craig Homer in any way, shape, or form. But he can't help but mention him when he's like,
he's becoming like an advert now for the podcast.
Yeah, like a YouTube.
It's the fact he rocked up on stage with his fucking sliders,
man.
Oh my days, you've got.
Oh my God. He might as well have gone on with a dressing gown, chuffing a pipe, and just been like, "What's up, guys? I'm here to click and collect."
About me. I'm just here to collect my 7th win in a row.
That's the best bit about it. He doesn't give a fuck. It's brilliant.
Absolutely.
Like I said, he was probably off stage, work boots back up on the roof.
Yeah.
He's meant absolutely brilliant.
I was talking to him after because I bumped into him at PCA. Because I had a client competing there, and the male stand in that show is fucking nuts. And he was planning to do the NFM at the Fit Expo.
Yeah,
I was like, bro, like, just go 2 bros. Like, and he was like, I don't know. And I kind of spoke back and forth. I was like, mate, I think I said to him about doing a qualifier as well, and I'm not sure if he's going to, but I think why the fuck not? When you're on like that winning streak. Where else do you go from there? Do you know what I mean?
I had this chat with him as well because he was like, I've already got a ticket to the Atlas. If I want to do Classic at the Atlas, they'll let me swap over from Pro Bodybuilding to Pro Classic. They won't let me swap over here. So I've got to go in as a GBO Pro, in the amateur in Classic, and then try and take away somebody's ticket to the Atlas when I've already got one. So it's like, he was like, I don't really know how I feel about doing that. So I was like, bro, just go and fuck it. And then I think to top it off, someone was chatting shit on his fucking on his profile. Did you see? And he put it on his story, having a rant about it. I was like, go and shut him up, man. Go and do it to you, show and shut him up. And he did exactly that. Fair play. But I think his aim is probably chill now. Well, he probably won't fucking chill now. He'll probably do every show until December. But I think what would be a good idea and what he was thinking of doing is chilling until it's time to get back in shape, because the Atlas is in December, right? So then maybe hitting like a British finals or something like that before it, like a pro qualifier before it, and just seeing how he does, kind of thing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Bring your own tan. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Bring your own fucking tan.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Atlas.
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
That was a sick overall at Two Bros though, wasn't it? You had Sam.
Oh mate, yes. Put the Two Bros page on and see if it's on there. Very good standard. There was obviously Craig.
I forgot who that was.
Craig, Danny, Sam Astil, and I can't remember the other guy's name. He's Zach's client, ain't he?
Yeah.
I saw somewhere that was his last show. He's not doing it anymore. I could have been wrong, but I swear it was the guy that won the overall. I saw someone share his story and said that he was done. Him.
Yeah.
Julio.
Julio. Do you know what makes me laugh? How big Val is in person.
Mad. Yeah, that's a deep overall.
So I saw these three at PCA the weekend before. Danny did junior, Sam did classic, Craig did classic tour.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Because Sam was beat by Marcus.
Yeah.
He was at NFM and FitX on the weekend.
Yeah, and Marcus won the ticket to the Atlas, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure he did.
The thing
I don't know actually. I know he did
He won his
NFM.
class. He won his class, but missed out on the overall, I think, because Daniel Smith Jr. won the overall. He's got 3 NFM belts now.
Yeah, because he won the Pro Classic as well, but obviously he'd have to beat Daniel Smith Jr. in the overall, wouldn't he? Yeah, Sam looks great there. Look at that. The front lats, but there's just no fucking competing with that, is there?
Yeah.
Good job. Right, he's in my class and it's a good job a front lat ain't a fucking mandatory in classic.
Yeah, that's a crazy front lat spread, isn't it?
Or has them straight getting in the bin.
Where's the sliders at?
Craig with the sliders on. It's on the Two Bros page, that photo of him in sliders.
On the Two Bros page.
Yeah.
The meme that he posted as well, Kanye West.
The picture of himself. What a hero.
He said he looked down and didn't even clock him.
Bodybuilding at 10, the beach at 11.
Fuck's sake. What a lad.
I was at the Fit Expo and NFM was all right. Like, it wasn't really that busy, but FitX was rammed. Like, I would have thought the FitX show would have been quieter, but the venue was stocked. Like, people were literally like standing. I've never seen like the venue that busy, and the standard competitors was fucking nuts.
That was the Sunday.
Yeah,
maybe it was because a lot of people had the Sunday off of work.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe the Two Bro. What day was the Two Bro show? That was a Sunday, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Because I'm sure Tom was at the Two Bros and at the fucking FitX after.
Yeah. I'm sure too.
Some drive that.
When Craig put on his story as well, I see it come up and he was like, every winning streak has to come to an end. And then fucking JT pops in the background.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, gets the medal.
Like, as if he fucking didn't get it. And then JT come on and he's like, he's lying. I was like,
yeah, that made me laugh. Oh, he is a legend.
Funny as fuck.
What shows we got coming up next? Oh, we got New York Pro next week.
Yeah, that's another strong lineup. I think Michael's doing that again as well. Michael DePaul.
Yeah, Michael is on the list. I think who put it up? Was it Bodybuilders Without Borders?
I think we could be looking at a back-to-back victory. Vickery, fuck's sake,
Vickery.
and my good. Back to back.
This was on there.
Oh,
Eric Abalon. I'm not gonna even try and pronounce that second name.
where's that? Let's have a look.
Yeah, click on it. It's the third one along, Brad, on that middle one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, third one. Right, yeah.
That Zeke Andrews, he comes
Yeah.
second at it before.
Yeah, Zeke, I've seen him before.
Yeah, he's very good.
It's quite young as well, that Zeke, as far as I'm aware.
Like a real different looking physique, like really round and bubbly, like white kid. He looks really good, man. I don't really. Oh, Jorge Gallegos, he's good. I'm sure that's Chief Muscle on Instagram. Alexander Westermere, he's very, very good.
Callum Hinds, love his physique, man. The Australian. Have you seen his rig?
I don't know.
You get up. Callum Hinds, to get it up in a minute, is fucking very nice physique. I think he's like best classic in Australia at the moment.
HI.
There we go. Top one, yeah.
That Eric Abalon's mad as well. Like, oh, that's a fucking nice rig, isn't it?
And a nice rig, man.
Yeah.
That was his pro debut as well.
Where did he come at Pittsburg?
With a side chest.
Oh, yeah, I've actually just seen this photo get shared, or another one of his. It come up on my Explore page.
Pre the side chest as well when you come off of that. It's down a little bit. Hit correctly. Very nice. Wacky.
Do we know if any of the English boys are going to go again soon? I'd like to hope John would go again because, like, his package that he brought was fucking nuts. Like, the best to date by a long shot.
I know. I think I haven't spoke to him since he's come off stage. I spoke to Sammy a little bit, like on the day, and he was just like, they were just like, what the fuck? Not even just at John, just at like Jimmy as well, because Jimmy looked fucking nuts. And I think you're in a position where like you look your best ever.
Yeah.
And you get,
I'm pretty sure.
like, what the fuck? Like, what do I do at this point?
I'm pretty sure he said he is going again. I'm pretty sure I see it on his post.
He's not doing a US show though, and there's not another European show for like 7 weeks or something like that, 6 weeks. So I don't know what's gonna go.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
This because I think it's the Spain that's next in August or July. I don't know when it is, but I know it's at least 6 weeks away. So yeah.
You've also got that. Is it True Athlete or True Sport, whatever the Arnold's?
Yeah, that's the new Arnold's, isn't it? I've got
Oh, is it?
I've got Lewis Emmanuel in that actually.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
you?
Wacky.
It's got
That'd
the
be good.
R Body Classic and then followed off with the True Athlete.
Yeah, that's interesting.
See.
Yeah.
Because is that the British finals?
You're gonna do the True Athlete, right?
Is it after mine? Mine's the 16th of September.
It's in August. I think it's like mid-August, isn't it?
Mid-August, yeah.
No, I think me and Brad's next, like in the UK, is British finals in October, ain't it? Like for two bros. So I'll have I don't know. Depends whether I split my dummy out by then or not. I don't know.
See how fast you come in and fucking go for it.
I'm
Well, I mean,
coming pretty quick. I
people
could do it. I've been like 9 weeks from a show and not been this lean before.
Mm. Yeah,
I
I'm
know I'm
interested
not.
to see how you look as well. Like,
You are.
I'm interested to see how you look this time with that newfound muscle you've got from the last one, like, because we know you can get in condition, so it's just going to be cool to see how you look with this new muscle.
Yeah, without having to like chase my tail and go mad for it. Do you get what I mean? Like I wonder how much, if my weight will, if it will stay up. Do you get what I mean? Like as you're coming in and like managing it really, really well. I'm interested to see because I've never been this lean this far out ever. Like I'm not fucking 17 weeks out, man, and it's like, yeah, crazy. So, it's just it's exciting to be fair more than anything, but yeah, I think that's it for the upcoming stuff. I don't know. I think I've got Michael to win the New York Pro. I think that's
me too, man.
safe bet. I think it'll probably be Alexander Westermeer after the German kid. His structure's similar to that Brazilian that come second last week, Leon, or the other day.
Yeah.
But he's a bigger dude. He's been to the Olympia already. And then there's that physique fitness. I think they'll be in top three.
Who's good? I think it's only his second season, isn't it? I think his first season was last year.
It might have been the year before. I think he had a crack come second at the New York Pro. And
yeah, you know what it was? Because it was my first competitive season, and that was 2 years ago. Because I nearly had a fucking American trunk sponsorship, posing trunk sponsorship, and he sponsors fitness as well.
Did he lose to Neil Curry? Was that who it was? He come second to?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, because I know he's been because that was his first crack, and I don't know whether he went again once after or not, but I know he seemed to call it early. He didn't chase it all season or whatever, but he's got a mad rig, man. Did we get any questions?
Yeah, I've got some questions on my inbox ting. We kick it off with questions, and then we got rate my physique. We'll do that at the end, eh?
Jeez.
Question wise, so I got one from Tom Ingold. He said, how do you manage your diet on weekends if you go out drinking?
Don't drink.
So, I can't really answer this one because I don't drink.
It's not like I get pissed every week in off season, but if it's like my lot, because none of my lot train, like my friends from my town, I still live in the town I grew up in, so like I've got friends where like if it's someone's birthday, we might go out in Birmingham or Nottingham or somewhere like that. And to be honest, like you just weigh up, like, are you going, like, how much are you going to limit what you're going to do on the night out for your own progress kind of thing? Like for me, it's much more beneficial for me because I'm pretty much like tick every box every day of off season and whatever it is. Yeah. I can just be fine about, okay, I'm going to go out on the piss with the lads to this like once in 3 months. So I think like if you're doing it on a regular basis, I don't think there's only two ways about it, man. If you want to make actual progress in bodybuilding, you cannot, because that's how I wasted like the first few years of me, not just bodybuilding, but being assisted as well. Like just from being 19, 20, 21 and going on the piss every week. And it just, you literally don't realize how much you throw it away. I think there are smarter ways to go about it. For instance, spirits and diet mixers, staying very, very hydrated, looking after organ support on the double time, because as Joe would say, 1 + 1 very much equals 3 when you're taking anabolics and drinking alcohol, because the way it metabolizes and gets rid of the toxins in your body is by the same pathway, is by the same method for your liver. So take your glutathione max, take your NAC, take any any antioxidants, keep the antioxidant profile up and just keep hydrating and stuff. And then I think it depends again what you've drank, what you've ate at the weekend, how you approach that next day with food choices, micronutrient uptake, getting rehydrated and just setting yourself up. Whereas if you are going to do fuck all on a Sunday, don't train on a Sunday, don't train hungover, don't try it. You just bury yourself even more. Use that day to at least try and recover.
Because it's not just one evening that you're potentially, going to kind of mess up your calories for that day. It's the following day, isn't it? Like if you're hungover, you're not going to hit your fucking calories the second day, depending how hard you've gone on the week. Like you said earlier, there's no two ways about saying it. If you're serious and you want to go far in bodybuilding, going out regularly, getting pissed, sacrificing that evening / day after, potentially 2 days after, shouldn't really be a thought in your mind.
No, it's not.
It's not a risk, is it? Like, because like you say, you go out for a night out, and cool. If you go out early enough and come home early enough and back to bed early enough, fair dues maybe. But who does that? When you have a couple of drinks, you're like, fuck it, one more. Yeah,
you never are, especially if you're in the position where like it is the social thing with your mates. If the guy asking this question, the social position with his friends was they go to the pub and they have 2 pints and they go home, you wouldn't be in the position to ask that question because you'd probably just have a Diet Coke or you'd just have 1 beer and it wouldn't even affect your progress. So yeah, I hate to be a party pooper man, but that's literally just me speaking from wasting my first years of bodybuilding and being assisted and like, because that was like 10 years ago. So that's back in the day where no one got fucking blood work done. No one like took health supplements and stuff like that. So I don't even know how much of a knock-on effect that probably had on my blood work for years down the line. Do you get what I mean? Of taking anabolics and just doing that like week in, week out. It probably did because, like, for instance, I don't mean to scare the shit out of this kid right now, but my EGFR is never fucking desirable. My kidney filtration rate and stuff like that. So it's always something I have to watch. I don't know whether I've fucked that up in the past. Do you get what I mean? So it's like always like hindsight is a beautiful thing, man. Just weigh up for like what's important to you. And I think your friends will, they understand. Like, I think you must be at an age where you probably feel a bit of peer pressure, very early 20s or something like that, if the kid's asking this question. Because
This is even if he is assisted as well, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's assisted or not. We're just like kind of assuming that he takes gear.
No, I just mean that like whether your friends will understand and stuff like that. Mine always have, and they're always sound, but they'd always just kind of half expect me to disappear for a few months while I prep for a show before I come back out. Thing. So I think it just depends on like your relationship with your friends as well, like whether they actually understand whether you like how important it is to you. Because there's more stuff to do, man, than just get pissed.
This is why I say to fucking, well, not that I see many of my, you know, friends that I grew up with nowadays, but if they would never invite me out just because I transitioned into bodybuilding. And for me, like, just we didn't align with the same goals, that they want to go out every weekend, get pissed, get on the nose bag, etc. You know how it rolls. And I just wasn't really into that anymore. So I would always say, listen, if you want to go out cinema, you want to go out, do like something that we can do that's not drink related, I'm game. But if they can't do that with you, then are they really good friends? That's what you got to think about.
I think as well, like going through your 20s, they do all reach a point where they calm down. And the ones that don't reach a point when they calm down when they're like 30 are not worth being your mate at that point.
Facts. I can reel off more questions unless you want to take turns with it.
Yeah, I don't think I've got any actual questions. I'll take a look. I got like some rate my rigs and stuff. I got some stupid questions as usual, but no, I just got rate my rigs.
Okay. So Nicholas Weir, my Australian client, big up, big Nick, the champ, the comeback kid from the first show to the second show. The preferred approach to glute development for females.
Right, you don't have to squat. Nobody has to squat to build legs. If you are physically unable to sit in a full squat position, I don't think you're going to have an easy time developing glutes, like developing or like working on an extra, even if it's a hack squat or anything like that. If the way you cannot position or balance yourself naturally enough to drive through the glutes from that fully stretched lengthened position and generate like the torque and the output from that point, I think you're going to struggle to grow them. So having a lady be comfortable in a squat position, whether that's heel elevated or using something to assist it, and just being able to get good at like what we're all doing at the minute, very much like lengthened range training, like focusing on that a hell of a lot. I think there's just like, there's so many beating around the bush of like, how well can you isolate said muscle? So, well, looking for, with everything we're training, looking for the most bang for the buck you can get out of an exercise and complementing it with something that's low CNS taxing, like the cuff glute kickback and stuff like that.
Yeah, cuff glute kickback, big, you know, with a larger cuff cuffed around, you know, just above the knee.
Yeah,
you know, big builder, I think. Something that blew my glutes up, and man's not even female.
Yeah,
I do a lot of single leg press stuff, like 90-degree leg presses. They can get nice and deep with it. Same like 45-degree hip extensions seem to work quite well, because this is kind of like, oh, must squat, must hip, and people like get too kind of emotionally attached to the amount of weight they're like thrusting on a bar, but they're like literally like,
that's the thing of it. They're like, even like with single legs, so it's so more efficient. Just the range of motion you can generally get, like doing something single leg, like a split squat or a leg press or something, is very much deeper. But even on that, there's a lot of emphasis, like, well, how much are you actually lengthening the glute, like as the target muscle? So again, like being able to sit in that squat position, whether it's a single leg squat position or like a normal squat position, like, yeah. Just
if you're a female listening as well, like, drop all the glute band, fucking glutey band shit. You know, you need to be doing a good select few compounds for these movements. You need to be progressively overloading. You know, it's no different to any other muscle group. You just need to push emphasis into it, feel that movement well. And you just don't have to overcomplicate it. Pick, you know, 2-3 movements and just fucking hammer them. That's it.
A length and range, like a single leg or a squat, like something of that thingy, a short range like a glute kickback or a hip thrust. It's something that works both end ranges, and picking something that you can progress very well, like the for instance, like a cable glute kickback. So like doing stuff how we do, where volume escalates a lot throughout the week. It like, how practical is that for us to escalate if we're doing it single leg for time? How many reps? Like how heavy does the stack go? Are you stacking the fucking stack? Do you get what I mean? Whereas like, okay, well, maybe a hip thrust, combining it with that, it's very, very easy to increase the loading and like progress it that way, and just like look at the different vectors of how you can increase in like an exercise or like progress through an exercise.
Good split squat as well, man. Split squats are
They're
fucking
the daddy.
but not even like, you see a lot of people when they'll split squat, but they'll have their foot like directly underneath them. Move that foot as far forward as you can and then drive yourself up. Like I like to do it on a Smith machine personally. I love getting on a Smith machine to do it. I just find it's
like a Smith.
Like if I try and do it with a dumbbell, I'm all over the fucking gaff trying to balance myself. So I like being, stabilized, foot forward as far as I can do. If you've got one of them little what they call the little roll bars that you can set up,
but behind, like almost like a Roman chair thing to put
if you can get one of them, like I say, and you can move that and progress that nicely, big builder.
I also find that you do it accurately and you don't need anywhere near as much volume as what people feel, because you can't fucking recover from it. Split squats fuck for 4 days.
I can't do any more than 2 sets.
The glutes are like more than 2 sets. They're so strong at like working directly, bro. If you've loaded something like that, when your glutes hurt, you can't sit on the toilet, you can't walk, like you can't, like you're wrecked, man.
Like my final week, like week 5, Joe puts in 3 sets of split squats. I'm like, I'm fucked for this whole deload. Like,
I only have
7 days off. Like, just finished. Like, pain. Thanks.
Yeah.
I started progressing my nutty though, but I paid the price for it. Like I say, I moved up to like 3 plates aside on that single leg split squat, and fuck me, man. Like I had DOMs in my glutes and my hams.
That's
that hadn't felt in a while. Savage shit.
Well, like how you're progressing through, like my whole leg training is glute and ham development, because my quads go pretty easy. Like I was saying to you boys before we come online, like I've trained legs today. Everything has regressed so much to the point where I'm like a plate down on my split squat and lost like nearly 10 fucking reps on it. Like that's how taxing it is and like how efficient they work, kind of thing, like with good actual proper connection, like I form with it. So yeah, I think just get very good at training accurately.
Yeah, if you end up dropping a plate on a movement, you just need to go and watch a David Goggins podcast.
Yeah, you just don't want it enough. That's it.
Don't want it enough. You need to go and get your World War II fucking outfit on and get yourself in the trenches, my bro.
Bro, I would have got folded today if I'd have put that full weight on my back. Seriously.
Put 3 plates aside on and just go for it.
No way. You're a psycho.
Oh man. So I don't think I've got any more questions. I think it's just rate my physiques. I mean, I got another one from Nick, and he said favorite Aussie amateur physique. Obviously gonna be Nick. Really physique to rate as well, actually, so we can have a look and you'll see why I'd say is my favorite.
We do really love your physique, Nick. It's obviously been in the PC chat and all your results and stuff, and with you so wacky, so bubbly, you look so good.
The ones that I've sent in is obviously post show now. So Nick had a couple of what he was calling shit the bed episodes post show. So he had a big sushi binge out post show. I'm outing him now. He had a big sushi binge out, and then he had another episode where he had like 1,000 grams of carbs, and he's reined it in now. But he was like, I don't know what to fuck my off seasons up, bro. But look how lean you are still. Look how fucking full you are. Like,
I think there's so much taboo about like binging and shit post show, man. Right? Like, look at what good coaches will do. They'll have something in place because it fucking happens. Right, okay, what to do next? Don't fucking starve yourself the next day. Don't open up that fucking box of cereal and just unravel it into your mouth. Like, it's okay, chill.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
And if it means he looks this full, bro, I'm jealous. I'm gonna eat a box.
I mean, it's just some people can just eat a shitload of food and not blow themselves up to the point where they've like fucked their off season, like, but he's obviously got them genetics for it. And yeah, he checked in. I was like, what the fuck is that?
Some people like look at a donut and get fucking like ankle edema But
Yeah.
then some people can literally like smash the entire contents of their fridge and wake up fucking lean and vascular. It's just like,
I think it's like how dug out he was as well. I
Yeah.
take to swing the pendulum back the other way, like to the point where he gets soft.
yeah.
Yeah, he's still filling out. Like he got that flat for the first show. He's still just fucking filling out.
Still going.
Fuck. But yeah, good physique.
Nuts.
That's
I
crazy,
actually
Nick.
put him in the chat. I was like, yeah, this guy's fucking cool.
Yeah, when Leon put you in the chat the first time, Nick, but I was literally like, this is what classic is to me. Like that golden era rib cage, just stupid round muscle belly. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Very, very good physique. But like knocking on pro card.
We're just
As you were very close as well.
we're like still rebounded now, but we're rebounded in terms of like drug load, food's up to like just above maintenance now. But training, we're just keeping that like a minimum effective volume at the moment just to be safe. Get some blood work done, and if it's all good, we'll just move on from there, to be fair, and start a good new training rotation to push emphasis into the parts that we need to. But I think going off of the feedback that Nick said to me, like he has one of them physiques that just wants to grow. So if we get so far north of that cap, we'll just take him to fucking open, but bring the aesthetics. But we just slap on the sides. If we can get him down into the cap again, I have no doubt in my mind the next time he steps on stage, he'll be getting a fucking pro card.
Yeah, it's very, very complete already.
Yeah, I like it.
So the other ratings, I think there's a few in here already, isn't there? So we've got
So there's Jack. So Jack asked us to rate his rig the other week, and we pressed on his profile, and there was 0 physique shots. So for redemption, he's sent his checking shots here. So Jack is natty, and I imagine about 15 weeks out of show in UK DFBA in classic.
okay. Yeah. UK DFBA is 15 weeks out. Because I got
But they're all like the week after each other, all the qualifiers are. It's a bit strange.
Do you coach? Did you coach, Jack?
No, I've done his posing. He's coached by AJ now. He was coached by Christian before.
Oh, I'll have a few lads in his class then.
But no, man, I think you picked the class well, man. Like the classic fucking arms. Somebody with a good set of arms getting in classic.
Yeah, he's got a good rig, man.
Yeah, very good. Very complete, mate. Not really missing anything.
I was just about to say that he's very complete. I find sometimes with natural guys that they have like a very good shot, and then some shots are like really hollow. But yeah, it's refreshing sometimes when you see a natty guy and they have like just complete from every angle.
I usually find it's from the side. Like they'll be nice on the front, nice on the back, and then the side they kind of turn around. It's just a bit like it needs a bit more density and thickness.
Yeah, or like the overall leg thickness is sometimes lacking or something like that. But like, mate, it's complete as fuck.
Yeah.
And you know how much I love a big set of arms, man. You only train one muscle for the rest of your life. Let it be your arms.
The arms, man.
So yeah, looking good. Did we get any more rigs?
If we go to the start of the photos that I sent in, there was Niall, opposing client of mine that I sent in. We come up just here. Here we go.
Is this the one that messaged me as well?
Yes. Yeah.
I recognise this guy.
I do. I recognise the name as well. What are the quads? They're massive.
Fucking big boy quads, man. The lats as well, man. Big old flare on them things.
He's a big dude.
Couple of sessions in with me now, posing wise. But yeah, a good.
Do you coach him as well or not?
No, just literally posing. I coach his good friend. But literally, yeah, just posing. He's in for me with.
Yeah, man. The legs are very good. The delts and arms are very good. I think just a little bit more depth through the like chest and back, but mate, like the structure's fucking lovely.
Yeah, he's got that shape, hasn't he, from the front?
You know, when like a front relax just looks menacing like that. Yeah, it looks good, man.
Yeah, very nice.
Nice. And I think that was it.
Yeah.
I think I've got one more my rig through Instagram. Who was it? Otis that put it up. Just aired him if it wasn't him. Yeah, it was Otis Hinds
Double T.
on Instagram.
There's Hims.
Hynds. Hinds or Hinds. I don't know I think he's coached by Louis Blackmore. He's going to be there at the weekend, Brad, at the posing seminar.
He looks familiar.
I think you're still on
Yeah,
WhatsApp.
it's on WhatsApp at the minute.
Am I? Oh shit! You don't see it.
No. This is what I did on one of the
I
last
can
ones.
see it, but nobody else can see it. Hold on, let me come back on this.
At least it's not worse than what I did. And just like exit the photo and have my whole WhatsApp chats open.
Whole chat this week.
Just had to like fucking crop the video from last week. So yeah, so if anyone's watching last week and there's a bit that just don't make fucking sense, it's because I did that. So sorry, everybody. I mean, it's got some like good classic fucking foundation. Composed pretty well.
Creative as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing him at the weekend and getting some actual like real choreographed flow. Not even like teaching a routine, but you know, like, well, you've been on before, man, where it teaches to link all the different poses together and stuff, and the footwork is just beautiful and stuff like that. I think he'll go really, really well. I don't know.
Oh, I do recognise him actually. Yeah, I follow him.
He's really into posing, man. Got a very good foundation, a nice balance.
It's gonna be an even better poser though after you're done with him.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. To be fair,
Yeah, that seminar's gonna be fucking sick.
it's been a while since I've done a seminar.
Was the last one the one that I went to?
Yeah, and then we did Crayford the day after as well. But means to do one like this since the start of the season, but I've just been dead fucking just stupid busy. And then I went down to Sammy and John's one and I got schooled myself. That was really cool as well to actually partake in one myself. Because, bro, how often do we have someone actually telling us how to pose? Like, not often at all. And I think like last year it was lucky that I was teaching so much. So I was actually posing most days. But I definitely didn't practice enough on my own or have anyone pick it apart. It's well worth doing.
Yeah, for sure. Bell show. I've got one more to rate actually.
Yeah.
Poached by Waller.
Oh yeah, I spent the weekend with him on the football stand.
Is that Harry?
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. He said, far from classic, but give us a rate then. Yeah, Harry Waller.
He competed last season, yeah.
He's building some serious
I
side.
cannot believe how, I think I've messaged him before, like he knows I think he looks sick. How much he's changed since he was on stage is immeasurable.
Strong boy as well.
Big boy.
So I'll tell you a story that he'll love me for saying. So he was standing on the football stand and JP looked at him and kind of gave him a nod of like acknowledgement. And he just like stared through it because he didn't think he was looking at him. JP came up to him and went, I fucking love your training. He said, I nearly fucking cried. He was like, I didn't know what to do.
I seen him put it on his story. I was like, yes, mate, well deserved, man.
Yeah, you can see that in his training, can't you? You can see it reflects that kind of JP-esque JP approach.
Very much, very much.
Strong bastard approach.
Here we go. This is what I was wanting for. I was looking for a more recent.
Yeah, he's leveled up.
Reminds me of it.
But just dense as fuck. I think the only thing he had to bring up from last season, really, like comparative wise, the rest of him was his back. And judging by the accuracy of the rows, the loading, and just like the perfect trainer, man. Everyone, like his somebody's like everyone loves your training, Harry. You're a fucking animal. I can't wait to see you next on stage. And I know you'll have brought the backup, man. Sick.
I'm always miring as well.
Yeah.
When I see your lifts, I think you strong bastard.
It's just one of them things, man, where it's like so fluent as well, like clockwork. You don't flick past the reel, you just watch the whole set and you're like, you just nod, you're like, yeah, I like that.
He was on stage with Cam Underwood, wasn't he? Last time at the FitX. Man like Cam.
I know he did the what show was it? I think it was it a West Brom? I don't know. It's somewhere around
levels above that last outing, man.
Yeah, like bro, not even the same kid.
Even took the hair off as well, going hardcore.
Yeah, man.
That's 21 kilos at that photo up.
Mm.
He's got a very Josh McHale shape to him, isn't he? Like,
Yeah,
Round, yeah, bubbly.
Hints.
he has.
Yeah,
Fully
very sick look.
bright future. So many freaks, man, up and coming.
Yeah,
Nuts, isn't it?
Juniors are just, it's different, man. Like I had a consult with one today who's a teen and had a little look for his Instagram, looked and he was like, yeah, I've been training a year. So fuck, man, like
no years get wasted no more, man. Right off the bat, there's so much information, so much like things like that. People get a coach straight away, train accurately, do all the right shit for that first year, 2 years, and get really good at it. And then if they take year after, it's just like doing it all over again. It's so fucking. And then by then they're bigger than me. That's like, oh, great, nice.
That's exactly it. Us old guys are getting left behind.
Yeah.
you lot could speak for yourself. I'm still young.
You're both still young. It's me that's the old cunt.
Well, how old are you?
32.
Yeah, I ain't far behind, mate. I'm just over the other side of the hill. I'm 29. I am.
I'm only 16. 25 actually, for those wondering. I'm 25 years old, nearly
I
20.
feel like me and Brad have got better with age though. We're like fine wine.
Absolutely, I agree.
I've aged 10 years in two. Literally 10 years in two. I've even got a kid. Like fuck. Wrinkles, kid, lots of facial hair, which I could even grow a beard when I fucking wasn't on any gear. Lollipop dropped on a carpet. I had like a little bit of hair here, a little bit there, everywhere. Fuck. Now look at me. Look about 60.
I don't think you'll lose your hair though.
No, I don't think I will. It's receded a bit, I must say. Like it inserts quite high up.
Yeah, mine's the same. It's always been fucking hell, don't do that on camera. That looks bad, didn't it?
Jesus Christ, right?
But it's never went any further back.
Get yourself to Turkey, fuck's sake.
Bro, remember like last prep when I was
Hairline in my
100
family.
megs of Winstrol a day, yeah. I was washing my hair in the shower and I look and there's like more hair in my hands than on my head. And I was like, oh fuck.
Do you know my hair never even fell out, man, when I was taking Winstrol. When I took a absolutely stupid amount of Winstrol for the hour it fell. It was fucking 100 milligram a day.
Yeah, that's 50 it's sound, 100 it's like, oh my god, get the Alpacin out. It's bad.
Yeah. It didn't feel any like no hair came out, but it was like every single joint was popping and snapping every time I walked.
Very nice, is it?
Yeah. So like just one big bubble wrap.
It's still my weapon of choice. I prefer it over Anavar personally.
I might munch some in a minute. Fuck it.
I've never used this though. That's one thing I've never used.
Never used it.
I did Anavar my last prep. And to be fair, I felt like it made me like more watery. Like I didn't really.
It works better if you use it as a suppository as well. Like that's what I've been told. That's how I've always done it.
Spit on it first.
Don't even need to.
Dry.
Raw dog that thing.
Stack them up like a fucking stack of polos and just sit on it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake. I thought you said actually. I didn't sit on a stack of polos. I fucking bought when you're on about water from Anavar. I think it was 2019. I bought some halo testing, and it wasn't halo testing. And I looked wicked that first day in the gym. And I woke up and I put £6 on. I was like a water bag. Like I must have bought. It's obviously not halo testing. It must have been DePaul or something. Ringing Hames, crying like, "Oh fuck my Brad, can you fix this?" He's like fucking trying to babysit me. Oh mate, it's the worst experience ever. You know when you're like 5 days out from a show, and it's not a good thing.
I was definitely DePaul. 100%.
Yeah, it's bad. I remember I stood on the scales and it said £6 higher, and I just like I felt sick. I was working away as well. I was like, wow.
Fuck, man. Yeah, DePaul is the water buffalo central, isn't it?
Right, guys, is that us wraps?
That's
Yeah,
it.
on
Before
that
we end
note.
up talking more shit about suppositories, sitting on polos, and all that kind of shit.
What people are here for? They don't want to know what the fucking what happened on Classic Recap. They just want to know what shit we talk.
Yeah, if you made it this far, comment Polo under the video so we know that you watched the whole thing.
That is it.
Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's been a pleasure. We will be covering the New York Pro after next week. I don't know what other. There's a million fucking shows. We'll be covering them all. We won't miss nothing else, so don't you worry.
Yep.
Much love, guys.
Ciao, ciao, my G's.